Hey everybody, it's Mark Klose from K-Hits 96, and we're back once again at Weber Chevrolet out in Shreveport. Our buddy Mike joins us, and we're going to find out about changing a tire. Man, when's the last time you changed a tire?
I probably had a full head of hair and weighed 150 pounds, so it's been a while.
A long time ago.
A long time, but these things happen. Cell phones are wonderful, OnStar is wonderful, but there are places, there are ranges where you can't get a hold of somebody, so what are you going to do? Owner's manual is your best buddy. It'll tell you how to change the spare because we've had a lot of tire issues this year. It seems like a lot of construction, a lot of junk on the highway. New cars, tires get shredded. Traffic. Okay, so what you're going to do? Owner's manual is going to tell you where the spare is at, what kind of tools you're going to need. It's usually just a couple of pages, so it's pretty easy. Number one thing is safety, safety, safety. Nobody ever stops anymore. You could be in a lone road and somebody will whiz past you at 70 miles an hour. Right? Vehicle goes in park, emergency brake goes on, flashers go on. Open the trunk. We've kind of done this early. We've got the spare out, but our newer cars have a new style jack, which has the leverage. It's a lot easier to raise them up than the old bumper jack. And the old bumper jacks, if you just bump them, they'd fall over. So somebody, bless their heart, has built a decent jack that will raise this car up safely to do it. Remember the old rule, an inch is as good as a mile. If I'm flat and I've already got my tire that's bad off, I just have to get this guy up just enough so it'll roll. They build some really decent tools that come with it that are pretty herky. It's stored like this, but when you open it up, the leverage is amazing. You can really torque these up, so that's another thing to consider. Just like the movie with Christmas Story, when the lug nuts come off, try to keep them in a pile. Everybody can visualize that.
Oh, yes, they can.
And the results of that. But the truth is, for short distances, that's all this was designed for, is a temporary spare.
Right.
Get you back on the road, get you somewhere you can either replace or repair the tire. When it goes back on, you don't have to get crazy with it. There's enough leverage on that to get to where you're going. So literally here we are, we're back with the lug nuts on. I'm just spinning around by hand, so I got just a little force on it. And you want to make it even. That's the big thing, is equal distance, because it could be dark, it could be night, it could be snow. You want these guys snugged up nice and tight, but not ridiculously tight.
Keep the wheel do some of the work for you.
Yep. Lazy person. So there, it stopped there. What we would do then is lower the car on the ground. That's our buddy too, is it's not going to be rotating. When you have that on the ground, then one can push this, and it's kind of a sense. You know when something's too tight. Lefty, loosey, righty, tighty. All of our lug nuts are exactly the same. But a good forceful push, and that would be sufficient to get you to 50 miles an hour for 50 miles.
Right.
So most people can probably find some type of service to do that. So again, nice tools, nice equipment. It's all located in the back. All places, including us. If you come in with a spare on, we put all that stuff back for you, so you don't have to worry, so it's ready for the next time.
Right. And remember, temporary.
Temporary. And remember, air, because there's nothing worse than getting out at 3 o'clock in the morning, and the spare that you put on is worse than the one you're taking off. So
absolutely.
This is one of those guys we check all the time.
So there you have it, changing a tire. Hopefully you won't have to do it yourself, but if you have to when you're out on the road, like you said, in the middle of nowhere,
always
want to be able to do it. Mike, thank you very much. Once you get that temporary on, get back to Weber Chevrolet. They'll put a regular tire on, put all the tools away, and you're ready to roll.
Absolutely.
Well, we know you got a ton on your plate, plenty of things to do. You're trying to make sure your maintenance is all up to date. You go to your smartphone, you've got an app with Weber Chevrolet. It takes care of everything that you need to know, so you're always up to date, and that car is running the way it should. Check out your app, Weber Chevrolet, on your smartphone.